people never heard this word. So how could you catch this word?
It's via reading for me.
Yeah,
Movies I only watch for entertainment. I don't watch English content for learning English. It's just purely for entertainment. But
yeah.
reading helps me, learn these new words. So yeah, that's my secret. It's not a secret.
Okay.
It's a very simple
Yeah.
process.
We are in the same piece on a pod.
I'm glad to know that.
Okay.
Okay. So, hello, Mr. Jafar. Can you hear me? Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Okay. Finally, now I can hear you. Am I audible and visible to you?
Yeah, you are very much audible and visible.
Okay. Great. So, very good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. And what about you?
I'm fine. Thank you. I had a pretty hearty lunch. How about you? I hope you've done your lunch.
Yeah, I have had my lunch, but it's not pretty like you. Yeah, but yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So, how is your day going?
Yeah, it's going great and same as usual. It's nothing is based, but I'm doing the same as usual. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right? And it's been quite long since I interacted with you. So tell me what are some new projects that you're working on? I know that you're a YouTuber, you're learning English. Are there any other skills that you're trying to master? Anything else that you're trying to learn?
But you can consider me to that. I'm a polyglot person, so that's why I'm learning different language. Apart from that, English I'm improving day by day, and I'm conducting the session with other YouTuber as well as when I get any leisure time. So it's been going well. Yeah, everything is fine.
That's good to know. So today I wanted to discuss the topic of movies with you. Would you be interested in reciprocating or answering the questions related to cinema?
We can talk about the topic. Today's topic is movies, I think.
Yes, so I am a big movie buff. I love watching movies, not just Indian now because of OTT platforms. I can even access international content as well. So I think it's very entertaining. So, how about you? Do you enjoy watching movies or web series?
Mega, it is completely out of my context. I am not into any movies because it's waste our time and waste our cost, I think. But when I was very young, so that time I used to watch some kinds of movies. So I like most horror
Mm-hmm.
and comedy movies and action movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you think all kinds of movies are a waste of time, or just a few like action movies, comedy, only that, or all movie according to you is useless?
Always we cannot take the extreme side only that all movies are uh, waste our time because some movies they can teach and we can get some knowledge from the movies. So if anyone want to learn this language, so definitely if they will watch more and more English content and English related to video and movies, so they can enhance their communication skills. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, out of all the movies that you have watched, which one seemed to be filled with good content, in your opinion? One movie that you felt made a lot of sense, was entertaining, but also very informative.
Yeah, here I would like to mention that one of the biggest movie that is Dangal. I think it's been long time I have watched this movie actually. So
Okay.
it's kinds of movie how they can develop themselves as they expect, and we can learn many more things from that movie.
Yeah.
So you can see increasing and wrestling in our country's young girls
Yeah.
in order to their wrestling. So that's kinds of movie I really like most, and it is very helpful to us. Yeah, it will be our benchmark, I think that.
Yes. So, those types of movies, okay, not that kinds, it's those types.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Dangal, I think it set a benchmark for the Indian film industry. That movie was rich in content and it was also equally entertaining. So people didn't
Yeah.
feel bored even for a second. We were all uh,
Yes.
eager to see what happens at the end, right? So it was a
Yeah.
great film for sure. Good. And there are a lot of other films too that have some kind of a social message somewhere hidden in the film. So, do you feel that cinema is a very powerful tool for giving some social message to the society?
I think so because film is influence or an impact in our daily life. Cinema is the visual medium that tell us stories and our culture with the other situation because we able to know the culture in other countries
Hmm.
and American and Italian. So these are the movies Indian youth the most
Hmm.
influence with these movies. Yeah.
You can say
Okay.
Indian youth gets influenced or Indian youth is influenced. Okay. If
Yeah.
you say Indian youth influenced means it changes the meaning again. So you have to say the Indian youth gets influenced by such good movies. So got it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, very well. And how do you feel about horror films? I have a love-hate relationship with horror movies. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I don't. I want to know whether you have watched any scary movies.
No, now I am not watching any horror movies because it's intimidating me a lot when I'm staying alone and on the
Oh.
way maybe I return back to my home
Mm-hmm.
totally alone. So it's could be intimidating me a lot.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think no matter how old we grow, if the movie is extremely scary, then it becomes tough to not imagine all ghosts and spirits around you. So it kind of plays with us
Yes, yes.
psychologically, right? So, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it happened. It used to happen with me a lot. And if you notice, um, in I think in pretty much every horror movie they say that it's based on a real story, so that makes it 10 times scarier, like when you get to know that yes, it's been based on a real story. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you feel about comedy? Earlier in the session you mentioned the movie Dhamal, and that's an out and out comedy. I It's one of my favorite movies ever. So how about you? Did you like it?
Actually, I do like the comedy movies, as I mentioned earlier. That Dhamal, one of the biggest movie, and it's only depends on who is the lead role, and there are multiple film star. They
Hmm.
actually they played the lead role, so I am huge fan of them actually. So and comedy movie also how can I get out from my inspirations and what I have the anxiety and sometimes we are get feel bored.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it could be helpful for our uh, life to enjoy for a moment to by watch those kinds of movie. Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. Great. And you are a working professional. So how much free time do you usually have in a day?
maybe 2 3 hours like that.
Okay, so you get only 2 or 3 hours for yourself, and in these 2 3 hours, what activities do you like to do or not to do?
I really not to do anything because if I will get any leisure time, so in the evening I prefer to play some carom board with my peers because I have lots of my peers in my village. So
Hmm.
I like to spend some time with them. Yeah,
Hmm. Okay, so and what kind of conversations do you have with them when you're spending time?
it could be anything because related to my life and what I do for the next few days because
Yeah.
maybe sometime we are getting for the day and getting for the week, so we have to go somewhere. And if I will get in a trip for 3 4 days, so definitely I'm going to discuss with them. Sometime I need to suggestion from the road and for the road. Yeah, if I will uh, I want to go any unfamiliar places, so then definitely I need some suggestion from them how I will reach to that particular place. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. directions. You ask for directions, right? Instead of suggestion,
Yeah,
you can use the word directions. That would be more topic specific. All right. Okay. And
yeah.
people, are they usually helpful, or they also seem confused and they're like, I don't know where to go?
Actually, in my circle of friends, I have big circle of friends in my nation. So definitely they are very much hospitable
Mm-hmm.
and they help me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's lovely. I mean, I'm really happy. And do you use Google Maps every now and then if you don't
Yes,
get
yes,
the
yes.
direction from anybody? So, are you comfortable using Google Maps?
Yes, I am comfortable with the Google Maps because I am literally I can say that I have some knowledge about the English, so definitely I can reach through the Google Map. Yeah, yeah, in anywhere. Yeah.
Hmm, okay, great. And if you had 1 hour extra every day, instead of 24 hours a day, you had 25 hours. So, how would you like to spend that extra 1 hour?
Only by sleeping, I think, because I need to take a nap because always I'm feeling that I'm drowsy. So that's the reason I need to sound sleep for long time. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So I think I completely agree with you on this. Even if I had an extra hour, I think I would also end up sleeping for an extra hour instead of doing anything. Mm, okay, other than
yeah.
sleeping, what else? Would you want to pick up any other skill, maybe work out, go for a walk, or listen to your favorite songs without getting disturbed? So are there any other activities that you would want to
So I suppose that we are in the same piece on a pod.
do? I'm glad to know that.
Okay.
Okay, so all right. I asked you a question.
I want to read more and more because
Hmm.
I am not reading anything. So if I will get any extra hours, so
Yeah.
I only spend those
Hmm.
this hour by reading. Yeah, by reading anything, a spiritual book and something related to my develop my skills because I am anticipate a lot with a short span of time. I want to
Hmm.
reach somewhere. So that's my goal. Yeah.
Okay, so why did you use the word anticipate in between? I didn't understand what you were trying to say. You said I anticipate a lot means.
Anticipate. It's a synonym of expect.
Okay, so what do you expect?
I-
Anticipate means
yeah.
eagerly wait for something. Okay, I am
Huh.
anticipating my results, which means I'm eagerly waiting for my results. So that's what it means. So, what are you anticipating from people?
Yeah, I am determined that because I have been watching so many good native speakers, so I cannot compare with them. My ambition that I would be like that.
So you have this urge to talk to more people in English. That's what you're trying to say. You are eager to talk with
Hey,
others. Uh,
yeah, yeah, because I have good dexterity with the languages.
that's nice. Good for you. I mean, the more you speak, the better you get, right? And
Yeah, because Megha, here I would like to mention one thing that I am not getting the equivalent.
you're not
Trying my
getting
best, actually.
equivalent. Sorry, you're not. What did you say?
Yeah, so many judgment in my mind. I am trying to find the equivalent with the other people. If I will compare you and if I will compare other YouTuber as well as, so that's why I have mentioned equivalent. Yeah,
Okay, yes, of course. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner, even the native speakers.
yeah,
You're absolutely right. So we
yes,
should
yes,
always have
yes,
a learning mindset. We should never feel like I know everything. We should never feel that way. We should always be like, okay, what is there that I can learn today? What is something new that I can learn today? We should always
yes.
work towards self development, right? So that's right. And you mentioned reading. If you had an extra hour, you would love to read books related to spirituality and stuff like that. So do you think that reading English content can help us improve our spoken English as well? Do you feel like there is a relation between the two?
I think so because if you want to build your vocabulary rims, so definitely you need to read something. And picture is influencing more than reading. If you want to convert your message in
Hmm.
order particular book, so you need to revise then again and again to
Hmm.
transmission your thought. yeah, it can be develop your vocabulary, your pronunciation. So by reading you can get more of the formal words, you can incorporate with your sentences like that. So
Yeah.
reading is needed, but I am totally hard time to read something. Yeah.
No, no, no. You can say I hardly read anything. That's how you can say.
Yeah.
Okay. I hardly read
Okay.
anything. Okay. So,
Okay.
yes, reading English definitely has a lot of impact, and it's not necessary for us to read anything loudly. If a person has any trouble with pronunciation, that's when we recommend or suggest them to read loudly. But for everybody else, I always say read in your mind, just read silently. This is one of the best ways to start thinking in English, because if you start reading in your mind, the dialogues will somewhere get registered in your subconscious mind, and slowly, slowly, you will start thinking in English, right? So,
uh,
reading is a very powerful tool. So, I started my journey with English via reading. It was not by watching anything, because I was allowed to watch TV for very less number of hours when I was a kid, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, not more than that. So it was just comic books, story books, novels that helped me develop my English skills. So I always tell learners there are so many different genres that you can try. If you don't like one book, it's okay. You don't have to read it again. Buy something else. Buy a completely different storybook or a completely different novel. Eventually, you will end up loving something. So it's like trial and error. You like something,
yeah.
then you continue reading it. If you don't like something, you just let it go. So it's like this game of trial and error. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I think those were all the questions that I had for you. I don't have anything else to ask. You need to start focusing on achieving perfection. For
Yeah.
instance, prepositions, the different types of sentences, but there is a lack of perfection. You don't know how to use it perfectly, accurately. So, whenever you're revising any English concept, take your time and understand it carefully. Okay, very carefully. Whatever rule it is, whatever word that it is you're learning, spend 5 minutes extra, spend 20 minutes extra, it's fine, but make sure you're reading it perfectly. Why?
Yeah.
Because if you make mistake while studying, the mistake will show when you're speaking. Okay, so perfection is key. You have to uh, focus on accuracy from now. All right. And the
Okay.
second thing, you have really good vocabulary. I know you know a lot of advanced words, idioms, phrases, but make sure that when you're using it, analyze whether you're using it in the correct context or not, because if you don't, then it'll lead to a lot of confusion. So just pause for two
Yeah.
three seconds. Yeah, just pause for 2 3 seconds, that's it. And just say that sentence in your mind once, like, okay, is this making sense or will it lead to any confusion? So do that permutation combination in your head and then you use it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the two things. Learn with accuracy, focus on accuracy now. And number two, when you're using complex words, analyze whether it is fitting the context or not. That's it. That's all I have for you. Now, if you have anything else to ask, any clarifications related to English or communication, please let me know.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of your videos that actually they are using some new vocabulary, and maybe people never heard these words. How could you catch this word?
It's via reading for me.
Yeah.
Movies I only watch for entertainment. I don't watch English content for learning English. It's just purely for entertainment. But
Yeah.
reading helps me, learn these new words. So yeah, that's my secret. It's not a secret.
Okay.
It's a very simple
Yeah.
process. And I try not to use overcomplicated words. I try to use words that are common but maybe little advanced, not too much, just a bit.
Because people want to more formal, no, in this journey to learning this language. Definitely they try to use some formal word to people,
Yeah.
because people are going to listen to them. So it would be better for them, those are going to listen to them. Yeah.
Yes, advanced words,
Yes,
fancy words.
advanced. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I always say that if you're preparing for any competitive exam like the IELTS, PT, then of course you have to learn very advanced words. But if your goal is to master spoken English, in your day to day life, maybe for work or just to speak with your friends, whatever, then try not to overcomplicate it. Try to keep your words
Yeah.
simple, but your ideas elevated, right?
Yeah. The sentence will be perfect and the powerful word you mean to say.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Keep your
Yes.
sentences
That's right.
simple, straightforward, and clear. Everybody will be able to understand you and they'll be able to reply with something
Yeah.
interesting. So the conversation will flow. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, it's okay.
Okay, fine. So, what are your plans after this session? Do you have to go to work or would you take a quick afternoon nap? What will you do?
No, yeah, quick afternoon nap, and after that, maybe after at night, 10 p.m.,
Mhm.
I want to go airport.
Okay, take
Okay,
care.
okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.